with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waharakakodash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to you, Akim and Akwaf, that believe and have faith, praying to be a part of the hopeful elect. Shalom. As you see on the screen, there's a headline that says, Air Force vets testify of seeing mysterious objects turning off 10 nuclear warheads and blast test missiles out of the sky at U.S. bases, man. So those chariots who the world think are UFOs and little green men are going to be against Babylon the Great in a time of World War III. I had a couple of videos to post. I mean, not to post, but to go into. Basically going into, you'll see it. I'll let's play them and then we get some scriptures and that'll be it.
Makes African and third world debt different from the American debt. Number one, America's never going to pay its debt. It doesn't have to. Its debts are in its own currency. We can simply print it. The African debt is not in its currency. The African debt is in U.S. dollars. Africa has to earn the U.S. dollars. The only way it can earn the U.S. dollars is not to be assassinated for growing its own food and becoming independent, doing something that the United States does not like. The principle underlying the foundation of the World Bank, the International Bank for IBRD, the World Bank, is that no country should grow its own food. Africa and the third world should only grow export crops.
So Babylon the Great put these other small countries in a trick bag, so they can't grow their own food for them to eat for their people, or they pretty much get assassinated. They're only able to grow food to export, man. So they continue. It's a continual debt system that they have set up for these small countries, man. Mostly in Africa. I'll play that one last.
The reason why the NATO's army is on the doorstep of Russia is because we moved, not Russia. And it's just obvious that we're the bad guys. The United States are the world's terrorists. We have 1,000 military, but we have 400 military bases surrounding China since the Korean War. We just added 3 new military bases in the Philippines. They just announced 2 weeks ago. This is how all empires end. We're overextending militarily while we have people living under every bridge. People don't have health care, a living wage. Half the country can't afford a $500 emergency. 80% of workers live paycheck to paycheck. 50% of wage earners earn $30,000 or less. People go bankrupt when they get sick in this country. We have homeless people everywhere, and that's because our government is 100% corrupted. It's the people think that it's corrupted like, oh, Joe Biden gave his kid a no-show job on a Ukraine energy board, or Donald Trump gave his kid a deal with the Saudi. No. That's regular corruption. I'm talking about 100%. Everything the government does, it only does it because of corruption. And that's the only way the wheels get greased is through corruption. That's why we can send $100 billion to Ukraine without any oversight, and we still won't send it to our own cities to fix our homelessness or our bridges that those homeless people are living under. We won't even fix our own goddamn country. So people don't realize that this is pretty much a banana republic. We're at the end. This is the end of this empire. We're basically Brazil with a couple of big cities that are keeping it afloat.
You think so?
Yeah.
You believe that?
Yes. Yeah. Well, when half the country can't afford a $500, this is what I like to say. What do you call a system that takes the richest country the face of the earth has ever seen and renders half of its population poor or low income? You call that a failed system. And that's what we're living in, and people think we're going to be able to vote our way out of this. What we have to do is get people in the streets. So when someone like AOC has 13 million Twitter followers and Bernie Sanders says, they're supposed to tell people to get in the streets, shut stuff down, protest, and take our government back, but they won't because they're part of the system. And that's what I'm trying to wake people up. And it's worse off having people like Bernie Sanders and AOC in the Democratic Party in government, even though Bernie claims he's an independent, he's a Democrat. And why is it worse? Because it gives people the false impression that there's somebody actually fighting for you in government, and there isn't.
So, okay.
And the only way you can have change and get people into the streets is when they lose faith in the system. And we have to get them, we have to disabuse them of the idea that there is somebody fighting for them in this system, and there isn't.
So if
As he's saying, man, it's plain. America has crumbled. It is over with. And this right here, the icing on the cake right here.
Hey, listen, are completely oblivious to the fact
crazy.
that when Uncle Joe, your resident, fell out with Russia. Russia decided to go and do business with China, with China's own digital currency. Now, China's digital currency was gold-backed. So Russia and China decided to negotiate on oil with a gold-backed currency, and then India went, hang on, we'll go as well. Just so that people realize, India and China, 1.5 billion in each country. That's 3 billion people. Just in India and China. Russia added to that, Brazil added to that, South Africa added to that, takes it up considerably. And they're known as the group of BRICS. Now, this is where America is not seeing, because media are not covering this. Along with BRICS, there are countries that have already joined the BRICS group. Egypt has joined them. Afghanistan has joined them. Algeria, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Senegal, Thailand, the United Arab Emirates, Argentina, Iran, Saudi Arabia,
He's going to keep going.
Zimbabwe, Iraq, and interestingly enough, the United Kingdom. And the United Kingdom is going to back its currency
Silver.
by sterling silver, going back to what it was before. Now, they've already done this, but nothing in media. Now, there's a list of countries that have applied but not yet been integrated.
Listen to the
Costa
last
Rica,
one.
El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Panama, Bolivia, Chile, Cuba, Ecuador, Peru, Uruguay, Venezuela, Azerbaijan, Mongolia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Turkey, and the fun one, Germany. The fact that Germany has applied tells me that the European Union's days are completely over. Because if the Germans are leaving the EU, it was only the Germans and the British that were putting in. The rest were taking out.
Exactly. So let's talk about this because, so number one, just the BRICS alone, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, it represents about 47% of the world, of the population. I mean, you mentioned China and India, yeah. You know, it's
As you see, man, America, as we know, Babylon the Great, the reemergence of Rome has crumbled again, man. America's Rome all over. And it extended its army too far. And it has nothing but bread and circuses, man. Nothing but bread and circus. So now we see that this place is not going to go back to its predominance over the world anymore, man. All the countries have turned their backs on America, man. And this is plain, man. If you're paying attention to any type of politics, you know America is not going to rise above these other countries, man. They're established and they're basically getting more followers into the BRICS nations, man. Nobody is following. Nobody wants to get in NATO and the EU. That's over with, man. So you truly seeing the end of an empire. This is Isaiah 8, and I'm gonna start at verse 20. And like I said, we try to make sure our people know what time we're in, man. I'm gonna start at verse 19. It says, "For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of the cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. And though Yahweh Bashem Yahushua give thee the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. For the eyes shall see thy teachers, and thy ears shall hear the word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left." So this is the man of the Lord telling you what's finna happen, man. The MOTB, which we know is the mark in Revelation 13, that's shit finna come probably any day, man. The destruction of the currency, that's already happened. That we just wait for them to basically remove the system. 22, it says, and we are the men of the Lord telling you which way to walk, and before the time is up. "And in your ears shall ye hear the word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when you turn to the left. Ye shall defile, ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, your money, and the ornaments of molten images, of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a menstrual cloth. And everybody know a woman has this every month, man. You should cast this away. The money system, the way of thinking, the being prideful in the system, cast that away, man. It says, "Thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence." So get that behind you now, man. The Lord is shaking His hand over this place, and it's over with. Like I said, we make these lessons pretty much every day, man, to let you know that we are Yahweh Bashem Yahushua's spokesman. We are speaking for the Lord and letting you know what to do, man. This is Jeremiah 28, and I'm going to drop down to verse 8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." And we have done that, man, through the apostles and elders, a great millstone on down to the men of the Lord that's basically teaching on the highways and byways and making these lessons is like I'm making. We have prophesied to you that World War III is coming. We prophesied to you that evil is coming. You know what I'm saying? And prophesied to you that pestilence is coming, man. Those diseases and that the CV, you know what I'm saying? CV-19 was coming. Evils of the war, and the wars is coming, man. And pretty much all the evils is coming. That's pretty much self-explanatory, man. So the prophets prophesied of these things that was coming in great kingdoms. And America is a great kingdom. Verse 9, it says, "The prophets which prophesy of peace were just your pastors." That is the modern day churches. When the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua hath truly sent him. So the prophet is prophesying of peace, and the prophets that are prophesying of war, evil, and pestilence. You're going to see who the Lord is with. Because, like I said, from the apostles and elders, great millstone on down, shit, they've been prophesying for many years of these things that was coming, and now they're here. And no one is going to be able to say they didn't know, man. Because brothers make lessons every day, every single day, prophesying on the highways and byways. You might see brothers on the highways and byways during the week, but especially on the weekends. But you hit these lessons every day online, man, on YouTube. This is Leviticus 26, and I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, "I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, your power, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondmen." And that's the men of the Lord telling you that you shouldn't be these people's slaves anymore, man. The Lord brought us out of Egypt so we wouldn't be their slaves anymore. "And I have broken the bands of your yoke and made you go upright." So the Lord gave us a straight and narrow path, man, through the men of the Lord. He made us to go upright now. "But ye will not hearken unto me, and will not be and will not do all these commandments." And because a lot of people are finna get chipped, man. A lot of people are gonna get that karagma, the MOTB, that's in Revelation 13, and they're gonna be doomed with Esau. Verse 15, it says, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and the burning of Ug. I think I'm butchering that word. Ug. Ague. Let's see what it means. Morella, or some other illness involving fever of severity.
Shivering.
Shivering. Lock it down. a fever or shivering fit. Ague.
Ague.
Malaria.
Malaria. Burning igloo. Ague. Verse 16 again, it says, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and a burning ague that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain. Whew. So you basically ain't gonna have anything, man. You're gonna basically have nothing, man. Money wise, you're gonna sow your seed in vain, man. For your enemies shall eat it. So the Lord is going to put your enemies over you if you don't want to listen to Yahweh Shem Shad into the time. Basically, what's coming. It says, verse 17. It says, and I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you. And if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. See that? The Lord is not playing, man. He's going to punish you 7 times, that's complete 7 times more for your sins, man. So the Lord he's not going to spare you in the times that's coming, man. And these scriptures are many folds, man. It was talking about back then and it's talking about now. Because the Lord is going to bring great terror over this place, man. Verse 19, it says, and I will break the pride of your power. And that's, man, our people are in great pride. And I will make your heaven as iron, and your earth as brass, and your strength shall be spent in vain, for your land shall not yield your increase. And that's what goes into these people thinking they're going to prosper in America, Babylon the Great. He's going to make this place utterly waste, man. It says, neither shall the trees of the land yield their fruits. Man, this place is going to be desolate. So there's no way you should be still turning to Babylon the Great. You should be looking for the escape plan, man. And we have the escape plan, man. The men of the Lord have the escape plan for you, man, that we're trying to give to you before the times come. This is Micah 2 verse 10. It says, rise and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. And that's what Babylon is going to do to you. If you stay mentally in this place, man, spiritually in this place, it will destroy you with a sore destruction. This is Deuteronomy. And that's all we're trying to do, man. Let me get a Psalms first. It's trying to make sure you understand, man, that America is not going to go back to what we thought of in the 90s or early 2000s to, you know what I'm saying, prospering and traveling and doing fun things and reaping the benefits of working and having fun. That shit is over with. The Lord is truly shaking his hand over this place, man. This is Psalms 106, and I'm going to start at verse 38. This says, no, let me start at 37. It says, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood. And that's America, man. Babylon the Great, man. And this place is polluted with blood. And our people are sacrificing their sons and their daughters to devils, man. To Esau, man. Because you giving you, what's his name? The basketball player, man, sacrificing his son to the devil, man. Played basketball for Miami. Dwayne Wade, man. And he just an example, man. He sacrificed his son to the devils, man. To the idols of Canaan. And Esau, that was the first thing he went and did, was marry the women of Canaan. Was Esau, man. Was as the opposite of what he was told to do. Verse 39 says, thus were they defiled with their own works. And that's our people, man. They are defiled with their own works. And went a horn with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of Yahweh Shem Shah kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance. So basically the Lord came and said, hey, you niggas, man. hating you 2/3, man. And you the same people that's coming back, and it's in the reincarnation. You are the same people, man. So this is the time to repent, because Babylon is finna get it, man. And if you attach to this place, and well, I got a new car, I got this new house, and my job is gonna, man, this place is over with. If you don't take that MOTB, then you're gonna take the MOTB and you ain't repented to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you're gonna be in the worst case, man. Because they're gonna put you in a FEMA camp, man, and put you to death. But the men of the Lord are gonna be saved in that time that's coming, man. And that's the reason why we prophesied to you what's coming. And we can't say it too much longer. What's coming, it's already here. It's just a matter of time for Esau flips a switch, whereas ultimately it's Yahweh Shah. But the switch is finna be flipped, man. And all hell is about to break loose here in Babylon the Great. This is Deuteronomy 32, and I'm going to start at verse 35. It says, "To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slip in due time." And that's talking about America, man. And Esau Edom. "For the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste." It's coming fast, man. "For Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall judge his people and repent himself for his servants." So he's going to judge his people, but he's going to repent himself for the hopeful elect. It says, "When he seeth that their power is gone, and there is none to shut up or left." So the Lord knows his place is a wrap, man. Esau's power is being taken from him. You know what I'm saying? He think he has power to do these things, but the Lord is ultimately controlling the good and the evil, man. And the Lord is a balanced power. He controls the good and evil. So if a little baby get put to death, the Lord did it. If your grandma get hit and put to death, the Lord did it. It's all the judgment of the Lord, man. This is Jeremiah 50, and I'm going to just get started at verse 22. It says, "A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction." And America is in the sound of battle is already here. These people are roused up, man, because they feel that their kingdom is being taken right before their eyes, and it is. Verse 23, it says, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken?" And that's America, man. It is the hammer of the whole earth. They have went through all these countries and conquered them, and they're the hammer of the earth, man. There was a guy, what's his name? One of the generals said, if every problem is a nail, we got to be the hammer. Roughly paraphrasing what he said, man. But the scriptures basically mimic what he said, man. The hammer of the whole earth. He said every problem was a nail, then we got to be the hammer. Some to that effect. He didn't say it exactly what I said, but he said something to that effect. That they was basically hammering everybody down, man. As General Clark, I think his name was General Clark. Verse 23 is again, it says, "How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become the desolation among the nations?" And they have, man. All the nations see that their money is not backed by anything. They're not using their currency anymore. This place is over. You know what I'm saying? I know I keep saying that, but it is, man. And I want to hammer that home. Sometimes you got to keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it, man. What they call an affirmation, man. So you'll know, man, this place is not going to return, man. You got a, All-Star game here, Super Bowl this past, All-Star game this past. Those are things you would look at like, yeah, man, it was fun times back in the 90s and shit. But now we see the nations are roused up, man. All the nations are ready for war. I read an article yesterday. Said Serbia said all the nations are preparing for war. And shit, North Korea shot off 2 missiles because of America doing those drills with South Korea, man. This is a time of war, man. And I believe that they're going to start to draft. And they're going to be drafting women, too, because China has pulled out his reserve. Russia's pulled out their reserves. And I think China alone has a 2 million man standing army, man. So America is going to have to draft. And these other nations, that's allies with America, will have to draft as well. It says, verse 24, it says, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou hast Not aware. Was not aware. So this place has been taken, and they ain't aware of what the Lord did. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And this place have striven against the Lord, man. It's been against Yahweh Bashem Yahushua the whole time. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of hosts in the land of the Chaldees. Come against her from the come against her from the uttermost border. Open her storehouses, cast up her heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing be left. So the Lord is telling you, man, he's going to destroy this place, man. And nothing is going to be left. This is Jeremiah 49. Let's go up a chapter. And I'm going to start at verse 19. It says, behold, he shall come up like a lion from his swelling of Jordan against the inhabitations of the strong. But I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen man, that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? And who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that he have made, that he have taken against Esau. That's Edom, same thing. And his purpose that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So the Lord is going to cause those Iranians, not the Iranians, but those small hatters in the land of Israel. He's going to cause them to get this war popping. He's causing them. He's going to cause them to get the war started. The World War III started. The yellow and blue country in America is just a what you call it, a proxy war. But the real war is coming when the small hatters really strike Iran. That's what's really going to make the war go full blown. But it's a couple more prophecies that have to be fulfilled before that happens. 21, it says, the earth is moved exceedingly at their fall. So the earth is going to be moved exceedingly because those missiles going to be hitting ground zero, man. It says, at the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. And that's the area, man. Around the Red Sea is when that war going to really get to popping. Behold, he shall come up and fly as an eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. So when that World War III pop off, man, the Lord come back and come over Edom, it's gonna be over with, man. They're gonna be scared as hell, man. And there's nothing they're gonna be able to do to get the Lord to stop. That's why Isaiah 63 said, my own arm brung peace. I forgot how it went, but roughly paraphrasing it, my own arm brung salvation. That none was with him. So basically, none is going to be able to fight against Yahweh Bashem Yahushua when he covers Edom. Nobody's going to be able to stop the Lord from bringing that destruction on them. This is Jeremiah 51, and I'm going to start at 56. Because the spoilers is come upon her, even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken. Every one of their bows is broken. And that's those missiles. The Lord going to break those missiles that we read. That UFOs came over the place and stopped 10 nuclear warheads and some other missiles. The Lord is not going to let America shoot all his missiles off. A lot of them ain't going to be able to read silos, man. And that's why it's going to be so much destruction in Babylon the Great, man. This place is never going to be inhabited again. But Israel, the land of Israel, is going to be destroyed and built back up because that's going to be our land. It says, their arrows are broken. Verse 50, end of 56. For Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of recompense shall surely requite, and I will make drunk her princes and her wise men, her captains and her rulers, and her mighty men, and they shall sleep a perpetual sleep, as basically getting put to death, and not wake, saith the king, whose name is Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of hosts. Man, so the Lord gonna put them to death. He said a sleep, a perpetual sleep, man. Oh man, the Lord is not playing. 58 it says, thus say Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of hosts, the broad walls of Babylon shall be utterly broken, which is America, Babylon the Great, and her high gates shall be burnt with fire, and the people shall labor in vain. So basically right now we're working for nothing, man, because this place is already slated to be utterly wasted, utterly destroyed. And the folk in the fire, the folk in the fire, and they shall be weary. They're going to be tired, man. This place is over with, man. So basically the people are working in vain. They're working for no reason. This place can never get back to its predominance that it once was, man. All you have now is bread and circuses. Until the Lord let the last prophecies be fulfilled, man. And they being fulfilled as we speak, man. This is Isaiah 24. Let me just start at verse 15. It says, wherefore glorify ye Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in the fires, even the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, power of Israel, in the isles of the sea. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard songs, even glory in the righteous. But I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. And that's Esau Edom, man, in America as a whole. Fear in the pit and the snare are open, upon thee, O inhabitants of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. And that's Esau, man. He finna fall into the pit, man. And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare, be in the trap. He has no way out, in other words, man. That's what the Lord said. He has no way out. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth are earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. And that's talking about those missiles pelting America, man, Babylon the Great, for the most part, man. Other nations are going to be hit, but this place is going to have 200 million missiles hit it. It says, verse 20 says, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again, man. And that's America, man. It's going to fall and not rise again, man. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall punish the hosts of the high ones. That's those elite bankers that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. So their prisoners are gonna be in the pit, man. They're gonna have a pit, just like they was in the ancient world, man. They was low level people, man. And shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. So we're gonna put them in the pit, and we're gonna come back and visit them for a while, man. We're gonna let them suffer down there, man, for what they've done on the earth. The moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when Yahweh Bashem Yahushua host shall reign in the mount of Zion, and in Jerusalem, and before the ancients gloriously. He said, before his ancients gloriously. I just got a couple more scriptures, man. I'm going to hit. But yeah, man. They done dealt treacherously with all the other nations. Now these nations are mad, man. Isaiah 33:1, it says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. And that's America, man. Nobody spoiled it. Nobody stole from them. It was another video I posted, man, where the people they've been searching for the gold of the what's those what was it, the southern, damn, I forgot how, when it was basically where it was gold treasure. The people found treasure from the time of the Civil War, where they was traveling through and they found the gold, and they told the FBI about the gold, and come to find out that after they came up and showed them all the machines where the gold was at, it was millions of dollars worth of gold. The FBI took and came and dug up the treasure at night, and then a guy came back the next day to see if they found anything, and he's put all his machinery out, and the FBI had took all the gold, and now he's fighting to get a finder's fee because he found the gold, and they told him wasn't nothing there, and they came back and basically stole the gold right from under his nose, man. And they didn't know, they didn't have a clue that was, basically gold. He'd been searching for the gold for many years, man. So they basically stole the treasure from him, man. That's them, man. Babylon the Great, man. That's their trait. They'll steal from you, man. Verse 1 again, it says, "Woe to thee that was that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be a spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end of dealing treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee." So Babylon the Great has been dealing treacherously with all these other nations, and now they're switching over to the BRICS nations, man, being backed by gold and silver. Now America's not going to be able to spoil them anymore. Now they're going to become a spoil. America's going to become a spoil. And a spoil is going to be these thermonuclear missiles, man. This is Revelation 17. And I'm just going to get the point real quick in verse 15. It says, "And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth," that's talking about the great whore, which is Babylon, "are peoples, multitude, and nations and tongues." A melting pot, man, because every nation is in America, man, for the most part. "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For power have put in their hearts to fulfill his will." So these people ain't gonna have no way to say, "Well, I ain't gonna do that. I would never do that." No. He says, "For power have put in their hearts," which is their mind, "to fulfill his will, and to agree to give their kingdom into the beast, unto the beast, until the words of power shall be fulfilled," man. And that time has come. And the Lord said, "He shall burn her with fire." 16 again, it says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and they shall make her desolate." They're going to make this place desolate, man. So the allies of America, the Germany and the Great Britain and all those countries, France, they're going to turn on America, man. "And naked, and they shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire." And that's going to be the end of America, man. The Lord willing was edified. I'm going to end it there. Shalom. Shalom.